Hey everyone, Spencer Jones here tonight, and I wanted to share a quick little story. We'll see how quick it is. My stories never seem to be all that quick, but wanted to share a story with you, especially if you own a drone. So I was lucky enough a couple weeks ago to travel to Utah with my brother-in-law for my mini-series. We drove the 22 hours out there. We were fishing, attempting to catch fish, I should say. I mean, it's fishing, it's not catching, and just having fun. So, in any case, we were out in Utah. For the trip, I should say, my in-laws bought me an early birthday present, and it was a drone. Yay, awesome. It was a DJI Spark drone, sweet little thing, perfect for traveling and for my mini-series, everything I want to do. It was the awesome drone for that. Well, the week before I left for Utah, I probably took that thing out 10 times, and I was testing it out, right? And trying to get the smooth videos and learn what the controller does and get as much flight time as I could before we took our trip to Utah, just so I can, be ready for the trip. Great. I thought I knew it. I had a really good feeling and control over it. I understood, I should say, how the controller worked and all that good stuff. Yay, we're set. So my brother-in-law Chris and I, we headed out to Utah. We drove out there, everything was good, we were fishing, and I flew it a couple times over land. Yay, no problems there, right? And flew it over even once on water, right? Got this cool shot of it flying up. It'll be in the mini-series. It's a sweet shot. And scary as heck landing it on the kayak, even hand grabbing it. Well, I landed that one right in the kayak. But all great stuff. And I was smart about it. I was thinking, okay, every time I take off, I'm gonna set your home point. So if you have a drone, make sure you set your home point or your waypoint, right, when you take off or right before you take off. Make sure you do this because if you haven't read it or you don't know about drones, what happens is if you lose signal or, oh, there's a bone for my dog. If you lose signal or what else, the battery gets low and it doesn't, whatever, it's going to automatically go to its home point. It flies up to whatever designated height you determined, and then it goes to its point and then either hovers there or lands. Okay, so I've been pretty good about setting my home point every time I took off. Even over land, it didn't matter. I was good to go, right? So, yay, I was set. Then, one morning, I took it out a couple times already in Utah. I was feeling good, feeling comfortable. I knew what shots I wanted to get, and it was just going to be a couple minutes. So, I decided to, I brought it on in the kayak with me, and I'm fishing and doing all that good stuff. I'm all right, the sun is just starting to peek over the mountains, just about there, let's fly the drone. Cool, so I get it all set up and I launch it out of my new canoe. And so I got a big flat open deck, great for taking off on, it was great. And I'm flying it around, I'm getting my shots that I want to get, right? So got a number of shots. And then it's in front of me, and then I'm gonna do one last like fly away shot when all of a sudden it disconnects from the remote, from my phone. And the day before when I flew it and it set the waypoint the day before, I was a mountain range over someplace, who knows, I couldn't even tell you how far, a mountain range away. And it disconnected from the remote, and all of a sudden it did what it's supposed to do, right? What it's programmed to do. Fly straight up to, I have it set at like 90 feet, so it flew straight up and then flew to its waypoint. Mind you, I did not set my waypoint that morning when I took off because I'm thinking, oh no, it'll be quick. There's no like electrical signals issues. I'm here on this big lake. There's no houses nearby. There's mountains, but like we're in this open area. I should be safe. I haven't had an issue, right? This should be no problem. Great. Yeah. Well, it disconnected. I still haven't figured out why it disconnected or how or anything. It wasn't that far from me. I don't know what happened. It just disconnected. Scary. So I've had the drone at that point for like a week and a day, and my mind just starts racing going, holy crap, I'm about to lose this drone that I just got for an early birthday present, and it's gone. I've read the stories, horror stories of it taking off, going to its home point and people never seeing it again, right? Just flying off into the distance, yay, and landing in a tree or something like that. Well, thankfully, I didn't travel too far from where I launched it, and I remember hearing my neighbor talking about his drone and all that, and how he has it set up that it automatically goes to where you launch from. You could change the setting on your drone, so just be careful of that. And I was hoping and praying that that's what mine was set to do, because I didn't see that setting. When I went through it all that week before, I was looking at the waypoints, reading about it, blah, 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 and I didn't see the fact that you could program it to just be the waypoint where you took off, right? So I was hoping and praying to God that's what it was automatically set to do. So anyway, it disconnected. This is all like seconds in my brain and seeing it happen. It disconnected, it started flying straight up, I started freaking out, and then I see it start moving and flying to its waypoint. So I like look up and I'm paddling, turning my kayak around and following it, and then I see it, thankfully, thank God, it started to come down where I took off, which was maybe 100 yards from where I was. It wasn't like that far at all, but it started coming down. I'm going, oh my God, I took it off over water, now it's landing on the water. Now is it gonna land, like just go right in the water? Are the sensors gonna read the water? Is it just gonna go? I mean, does it land automatically when this? I haven't practiced this aspect of it, or is it gonna hover? So freaking out, right? I follow it, I'm paddling, and I'm looking up and watching it, and I see it stop. I'm like, okay, first of all, thank God it's not going over a mountain range to God knows who knows where, and I would never see it again, right? No, it's landing over the water. Okay, great. So anyway, my kayak's there, NuCanoe, wide open deck, thankfully, and I'm seeing it land. I go too far forward, I back up, and there's a little bit of a breeze, so the drone's drifting and you know, adjusting a little bit, nothing crazy, and I'm adjusting my kayak and hoping, and I'm thinking, okay, so I've been NuCanoe Frontier. It has like a deck on the front part, right, for the hatch, and then a lower area for like your feet and whatever else, right? So I'm thinking, you know what, I don't care if it lands at the angle and the blades break. I don't care. I just want my drone not to be in the water and totally ruined. So anyway, it's coming down, and I see it slowly. I'm right underneath it, and then it just stops and it hovers. So first of all, I can catch my breath. It's just hovering. But I wasn't sure if it's like sensing it and then going to land. So I wait for probably a good 10 seconds, and it's just hovering right there, and I'm freaking out thinking, okay, I have finger guards on because I bought them and I have them there, but I haven't like tried to grab this thing. Although I do know if you grab it and twist it to its side, it automatically shuts off. Whew. Good to know, right? So I'm sitting there freaking out, and I'm like looking at this like, okay, I use my fingers for a living, right? I'm a musician. I don't want to lose my digits, and so what am I gonna do? I just got to grab it, right? I'm not sure if I can disconnect it. Should I shut off the remote? Should I not? I'm like, I don't know. So anyway, if it lands, it's gonna land in the kayak, not in the water. Good, but it's not landing, and I have 10 minutes left of battery, maybe a little bit more battery life, 12 minutes, something like that, right? So I'm going, well, I could wait, but I'd rather not risk that. So real quick, I get on my knees in my kayak, right, over in the middle of the water. I don't know, I'm like 40 feet of water, something like that. And I reach up underneath it, grab it. It's like split second, like up and grab, right? Matrix style. And the blades shut off. I sit down, I put it in my kayak with it shut off, and I'm just, I'm like sweating just telling this story. It was so nerve-wracking. It was crazy. Just, oh my gosh. I'm so scared about launching it and landing in my kayak. I know the more practice I get, it'll be better. But this was a brand new experience for me, and a total freak out moment, being afraid that it wouldn't go back to its waypoint, especially when you're in Utah or any place at all, but especially like a mountain range or two away from where you set the waypoint but the day before. The reason I'm telling you the story and sharing this with you is more of like a lesson, right? Set your waypoint every time you launch, or at the very, very least, make sure that your waypoint is automatically set, so whenever you take off your drone, that your waypoint is set from wherever you launched from. So wherever that is, that's where it goes to. Now, other times that I've flown it since then, I haven't taken off the water, so I've just set it right there. My thought process is, if I'm launching it from my kayak, right, I'll fly it to shore real quick as soon as it takes off and set the waypoint over a flat-ish area over the land. So I'm like, okay, worst comes to worst, it's gonna fly there, it's gonna land, yay. As opposed to freaking out and having it like come over the water and trying to get my kayak underneath it. But if that's what you need to do, then do that. So set that setting in your drone, learn from my experience, don't freak out. I'll see if I can edit that part of the video to share with you because it was a total freak out. Total freaking out. A week and a half, I thought it was gone. I saw a comment up here of a tip. Brandon, you said, did you try to turn off the controller, turn it back on? I did not try that. That thought entered my head and I thought about doing that, Brandon. Thank you for the comment. I didn't try that. Thought about it because I wasn't sure if, first of all, it would work, or, I mean, I guess it wouldn't make situations worse, so it wouldn't have hurt to try that. Yeah, I just wasn't that smart, I guess, with trying that, and I was freaking out, worrying that I wouldn't get to my drone in time, but I will try that next time. So, now my goal is, because I like practicing this stuff, I'm going to take my drone to the park, somehow and set the waypoint as soon as I take off. Set that waypoint, and then figure out how to disconnect it, the Wi-Fi or whatever, so it automatically goes to the waypoint again, and see if I can figure out how to reconnect it mid-flight. Just so if it happens again, I'm prepared. Anyway, it's a thought. If you have any tips, suggestions, all that, I appreciate it. I'm really excited to share these videos with you. It's taken a bit now with school starting to edit all these videos and all that stuff. We have a camping and kayaking one that was pre-drone though, but still some awesome footage. Hopefully coming your way in a couple weeks, and then we'll get the Utah footage to you hopefully in October. As again, taking some time getting music and editing. If you do any of the videos, you know how that works. So anyway, hope that's it. And there's Barnabas. All right, thanks for watching, folks. Appreciate it. And if you're interested in those videos, just go to YouTube and go to youtube.com/SpencerJoneson. So youtube.com/SpencerJoneson. Check out the videos and all that. Appreciate you all watching. Have a great night.